Hey everybody, this is James from Homestyle Woodcrafts. Today I'm going to show you how I made this planter box. Just got done with it. I built the planter box because my dad thought it would be a good idea, and so this one's for you, Dad. I'm really excited about this project because the idea of a planter box is so versatile. You can plant vegetables or flowers, or you can put soil in it, you can put pots in it. You can make it different shapes and sizes. There's just so many things you can do with a planter box. So if that sounds interesting, keep watching and I'll show you how I did it. The first thing I did was draw out my plan here. So this is kind of what I'm envisioning right now. You can see it's a basic box, but I've added some legs here on each of the corners and then some trim pieces. And then I drew out the legs. I have my cut lists right here to make it easy when I'm cutting. So this shows my build order. And then for supplies, I'm going to be using Cedar Pickets, since Cedar's weather and bug and rot resistant. I'm going to be using 1-inch screws and wood glue to attach it all together. For tools, I'm going to be using the compound miter saw and the table saw, and I haven't quite figured what I'm going to use to cut out this piece off the legs. Not quite sure yet. So let's get building. And before I forget to mention it, don't forget your safety gear. I'm going to be using a dust mask. I'm going to be using eye protection and ear protection. And also use your tools safely and according to instructions. I've cut all the boards except the trim pieces to length now. So now I'm going to rip the legs to width. So I've now ripped all the legs to width, and the next step is to cut the notch just at the end to make a decorative look. And to cut that notch, I'm going to use my bandsaw. One thing I want to point out about the legs is that they're two different sizes. You see that? And the reason for that is they're going to end up fitting like this on the actual planter box. And so to account for that overlap, I cut them two different sizes. I cut this one wider because this one's going to fit like this. There you go, like that. Now it's time to put them together. As I put the planter box together, I'm going to be using these little 1-inch screws to fasten it together, and also some waterproof wood glue. I have both of the ends done now. And so I'm going to put on the other leg, or legs, and they're going to fit on the piece, this end piece, like this. Nope, like that. Okay, see that? So that it'll look like this. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit it on here. I've got the end piece on upside down here. I'm just going to fit this on, clamp it into place, and start assembling. The audio recording failed for this segment, so I'm going to do a voiceover. This is what the planter box looks like with all the sides assembled. I'm now going to add the trim pieces, which I am going to custom measure and fit each piece to account for any variations that might have happened in the build so far. I added the trim. I added trim piece along the top of the sides and the bottom of the sides, and same on the end, and then I added trim on top. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but I think it looks good and it helps cover up some of the mistakes that I made and also some of the gaps caused by some of the warping of the wood. I also added some supports here along, just on the inside of the bottom. Right here, right here, right here, and right here. Maybe you can see them better this way, I don't know. It's hard to tell from here, but those support the bottom. Here's the bottom. So the bottom is just two pieces of wood that I just kind of screwed together. I drilled holes in the bottom so water could go through, and it just will sit down like that. So you could line this with plastic, or you could just put dirt right in it. It is cedar, so it's a little more rot resistant than just regular wood. And so I think it would last a number of years okay. You could put some kind of weed guard down, and that would help the soil from falling through the holes that I drilled for the water to go through. So there you have it. We have a planter box. I hope you enjoyed this project. I did. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to help support your channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.